Hello everybody, welcome to Gript News, and these are the headlines. Beef farmers across Ireland are continuing protests at meat factories around the country, despite High Court injunctions being handed down to the demonstrators. Peadar Tóibín, a Meath TD and leader of Aontú, challenged those High Court injunctions yesterday in the courts.
I told the judge that these individuals did not know that there was an injunction served to them, that there was fear, there was confusion, there was stress caused as a result of this, and as a result, the judge, in fairness, he told me, he said, I don't have a right to an audience, and that was fair enough. But after I had introduced that information into the court, the barrister for the factory stood up and said I was right, that they hadn't properly served an injunction against the farmers in Ballinasloe, that they will try to do so in the forthcoming days, and the injunction was not processed upon those farmers as of yesterday. So I think that's an important development for the rights of people to be treated fairly by the courts. And I would call, even at this late stage, for the factories to drop their injunctions against these farmers.
UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson is threatening a general election after a group of his MPs crossed the floor in an attempt to stop a no-deal Brexit on October 31st. It's thought that an election will strengthen his hand as he seeks to leave the EU without agreeing to the backstop.
This government will take this country out of the European Union on October the 31st. There is only one thing that stands in our way. It is the surrender bill currently being proposed by the leader of the opposition. And can I invite her to confirm, can I invite the leader of the opposition to confirm when he stands up shortly, that if that surrender bill is passed, he will allow the people of this country to have their view on what he is proposing to hand over in their name, with an election on October the 15th.
Hong Kong's leader Carrie Lam has announced she will withdraw the extradition bill that has prompted months of protests in the city. The bill would have meant criminals could be extradited to the Chinese mainland, a move that was widely perceived as an attempt to erode the region's autonomy from China. The withdrawal of the bill is one of the protesters' 5 key demands. Other demands from the protesters are the release of all arrested demonstrators, an independent inquiry into the police's alleged brutality, retracting the word riot from the description of rallies, and the right to democratically choose their own leaders. Activist Joshua Wong, who has led the protest, responded to Ms. Lam's announcement by saying it was too little too late.
And I urge international communities could send a clear message to President Xi. Sending troops or using emergency ordinance is not the way out.
In Italy, Matteo Salvini's Nationalist League party has been ousted from government after the left-leaning Five Star Movement struck a deal with the Democratic Party to enter a coalition government instead of facing elections. The country will continue to be led by Giuseppe Conte, the Prime Minister of Italy, who had previously led blistering attacks against Salvini whilst the pair were in government. Asked in a television interview on Monday whether he had made strategic mistakes in expecting an election, Salvini said, "I prefer to be seen as a naive person rather than someone who clings to power."